Hockey fans, the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs are live and on the air as we have Cranbrook, who is second in D2, a second seed. They have 12 wins, 1 loss, 3 ties, versus Washtenaw United, seventh in D2, 6 wins and 10 losses there for Washtenaw United. Taking a look at both of these teams, let's start with the visitors, as Cranbrook, the higher seed, is the home team. So taking a look at the top scorers. I'm having a problem. Koshesky. She has 18 points on 14 goals and 4 assists. And forgive me, I always try and double check pronunciations with the coaches and teams beforehand. This is our 8th game today, and the time became very, very tight between the two games, and I did not get a chance to double check those. So please forgive me if I mess any of that up. So Koshesky, leading scorer. Then Gordon is number 2 with 13 points on 8 goals and 5 assists. White has 12 points on 9 goals and 3 assists. Milligan has 8 points on 4 goals and 4 assists. And Kennedy rounds out the top 5 with 7 points on 3 goals and 4 assists. Over to Cranbrook Kingswood, and it's Asfor who's the leading scorer with 74 points on 47 goals and 27 assists. Then it's Timko, who has 45 points on 24 goals and 21 assists. Noor has 20 points on 8 goals and 12 assists. Hardy has 13 points on 3 goals and 10 assists. And Antone has 6 goals and 6 assists for 12 points. So that is your top point getters. Taking a look at these two teams and when they played. As I flip that over, here we go. So they played twice, once on February 7th. That was a win 4-0 by Cranbrook Kingswood. And then it was on Wednesday, February 18th. That was a 5-1 win by Cranbrook Kingswood. So they have played each other twice, and the top seed has won both of those games. Taking a look at the first game between those two. As things work on coming up. Goal scorers, Ashforth had a goal at 4:25. That was the game-winning goal. Then Timko scored at 13:29 on the power play in the second. Noor made it 3-0 at 10:49 on the power play. And then in the third period, Antone scored an empty netter with 1:58 left to go there. Let's give you some scores as we're about to come on here. So we have about 30 seconds, and then they'll pick things up, and we'll have the starting laps and the national anthem. Earlier today, started off with Huron Skyline. They won 12-0 over Troy United. Livonia beat Ann Arbor Pioneer 5-2. It was St. Clair Shores beating Plymouth Canton Salem 7-0. Walled Lake Wild beat Bloomfield Birmingham 3-0. Mercy fell to Sacred Heart 9-6. And then in the last game in this rink, it was Grosse Pointe North with the upset over Regina 2-1. So we will have here our starting lineups coming up. We really appreciate you folks joining us. As they're talking a little bit about good sportsmanship. We appreciate that. That's always a good thing. Milligan skates out to the blue line. White skates out to the blue line for Washtenaw United. Mack skates out to the blue line for Washtenaw United. Schroeder skates out to the blue line. McCullough skates out to blue. And number 1 is Lucy Johnson. That's going to be Ashford. Timko skates out now. Hardy skates out. Norris skates out to the blue line. By the way, I think it's Seychelles is the goalie. That is going to be Singh. And that is going to be Suit between the pipes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, down in America, the playing of the national anthem. It's the national anthem as we're getting ready to go. Again, I do apologize. We always try and check pronunciations between games, but this is our 8th game of the day. Things just got backed up, and we did not get a chance to find anyone in the few scant minutes we have between games to get things set up there. So please forgive me. I will do my best. As Cranbrook down on the left-hand side in their white jerseys with the green across the top. They have dark pants and white socks and white helmets predominantly. Numbers in green, and then Cranbrook diagonally across the front. Washtenaw United is in their blue sweaters with the yellow numbers on the back. They have the Washtenaw United logo in the front, dark blue pants and dark blue socks. 15 minutes up on the clock. We're getting ready to go. All right, getting going as that puck comes all the way to the Washtenaw United zone, popping it in front. McCullough now grabbing it. That comes back. McCullough backhands it in along the far boards, trying to fire right back in is Timko. That puck lifted onto the far circle. Spinning with it is Schroeder. Schroeder trying to move it ahead as that deflect. Mack trying to put it up. Get out of the zone. Now that pulled ahead. Racing down the near boards is Milligan. And knocked away. Here comes McCullough. McCullough gains his own. McCullough outside the far circle. McCullough back behind the goal. McCullough trying to feed it. That pulled away. Coming the other direction. As here comes Knorr. Skating around. Here comes Ashford. Ashford. And put back deep. Knocked all the way around by White. Puck to the blue line, fired back in there by Knorr, and now go into the far corner. Back behind, fired ahead by the captain Schroeder. And tipped right back in along the end boards. Now Washtenaw United feeding it down the near board. Singh trying to hold it in. And puck will skip right back out into the neutral zone. Ashford trying to control as there's a battle down the near boards. Trying to chip away back over there as Issel trying to get it. They'll go all the way back outside the far circle. Knorr with it there. Knorr trying to move it ahead. Centering attempt. That goes Issel trying to get in front of it, but covered up back there by Suey. 13:26 left to go here in the first. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That's going to be Gordon in to take the face-off versus Patel. As that puck comes all the way back to the blue line, held in there. As trying to fire at Leopold, but it's sent all the way back into the Washtenaw zone. That'll go right over the end line. That'll be icing. That'll come back into the Cranbrook end. Cranbrook winning both games during the regular season, but doesn't mean anything comes playoffs. It's a brand new season. Face-off will be in the Cranbrook zone. That to the left of Suey. Again, that's going to be Patel in there versus Gordon. Puck all the way through the slot, in along the near boards. It's Washtenaw trying to pinch. They bring it back outside the near circle. Trying to move that across to Zissel, all the way onto the far circle. As that's Gordon trying to feed it out in front. Comes into the near corner. As that pulled by Mack. Back to the near point. Now coming ahead with it, racing with it is Patel. Patel over the blue line. Patel feeds it. That goes all the way back deep. Walker chases it back behind her own goal. Walker feeds it around. Kim trying to get to that puck. Fed to the blue line. Now turning with that is Ahmad. Puck into the near corner. Steered into the near corner. Leopold trying to dig it out of there. And that comes back behind the goal. All the way back to the far point. Held in there by Knorr. Still trying to fire it out as Honer gets it out to the neutral zone. Now fired right back in by Kim into the Washtenaw end. Picked up back there by Walker. Walker feeds it up the near boards. It'll come all the way back to center ice. Grabbed there by Knorr. Knorr brings it right back into the Washtenaw zone. Knorr into the high slot. Knorr. Shot got knocked away. Now racing the other direction. Here comes Honer. That puck will come right back to the Washtenaw blue line. Brought in there by Ashforth. Ashforth into the slot. Over a shot and a score as Ashforth got it over to Timko. Timko with the score. There is absolutely nothing Seychelles could do about that one, as it was a good tic-tac-toe there to put it in at 11:46. That is a Cranbrook goal by Timko, number 19. As 11:46 left to go here in the first. Cranbrook in the lead. 2-0. Hey, folks. As that puck all the way back. Save there. I did get that right. It is Timko. And to take the face-off is Ashforth. That comes all the way across the crease. Coming down the far boards is Mack. Mack trying to get it out of the zone. That held in. Timko has it outside the far circle. That puck right back behind. Trying to pull it down as now in along the near boards. All the way into the far corner. Ashforth with it. Puck loose in the far corner. Mack picks it up. Mack firing it back to the far point. Knorr trying to hold it in. That puck onto the far circle. Working her way around Ashforth. Ashforth trying to feed it out in front. That steered away. Picked up by Knorr. Top of the far circle. Now grabbed and fired all the way back into the neutral zone. Singh has it there. Singh ricochets it. That brought in by Ashforth. Now backhanded by Mack trying to get it out of there. But Ashforth has it. Top of the near circle. Ashforth outside the near circle sends it back over to Singh. Singh That puck onto the far circle, fired across. Timko with a shot. Good save by Seychelles. Now Ashforth has it on the far circle. Shot there. That deflects in along the near boards. As the puck right back behind. Does Harrigan moving it across. Now back there, White trying to pull it away. That puck back in along the end of the goal. Now back in along the near boards. Washtenaw United trying to feed it down the near boards out of the zone. Here it comes. Racing in, Mac has it. Excuse me. As that shot fired and in, that was Koszewski. Koszewski put it in, and it's a 1-1 game. At 9:58, Washtenaw United goal. Koszewski with that goal. So 1-1. So we're under 10 minutes here in the first. Puck in along the far boards. Trying to bring it ahead is Roccini. Now go all the way back into the near corner of the Washtenaw zone. Puck back into the neutral zone. That's going to come into the Cranbrook end. That's steered by Sui into the near corner. Gathered up back there by Chen. As now still outside the near circle. Firing it out in front. Battle. As with good position out in front was Gordon, but the puck headed the other direction. Here comes Roccini. Roccini. Over, Leopold has it at her own blue line, poked away by Roccini. Roccini into the near corner. Roccini back behind the goal and picked up by Gordon. Gordon feeds it down the far boards. That'll slip back into the neutral zone. Over to get it is Antone. Antone back in her own zone. Antone turns on the speed. Over center ice. Antone gains the zone. Antone fires it. Good stop by Seychelles. Pulled back behind by White. And White comes down the far boards. 8:45 left to go. And brought in. White outside the far circle, putting it knocked loose on the crease as a save by Sui. 8:35 left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. Face off in the near face off circle. White in to take the face off. That versus Ashforth. That puck outside the near circle. Ashforth gets it over to Singh. Singh feeds it all the way around the boards. Grabbed there by Hardy. Hardy chips it. Trying to hold it in was Milligan. Now racing in is Timko. Timko drop pass. There's a shot. Rising shot by Ashforth goes into the far corner. Grabbed by Hardy. Hardy moves it back to Ashforth. Ashforth makes a move on the far circle. Ashforth shot. Oh, just missed to the near side. In along the near boards. 8:03 left to go here in the first. Puck back into the neutral zone. Chipped the other direction by Cranbrook. Going to chase it back. McCullough into the near corner. McCullough trying to avoid Timko. That puck back to the near point. Held in by Ashforth. Ashforth. And outside the near circle. Trying to pull that away. Loose. Timko top of the near circle has now come back to the near point. Blasted from there by Singh. Rockets is that tipped off and in along the end boards. 7:30 left to go here in the first. As the puck brought out to center ice. Now racing ahead with it. Mack races down to get to it, but a whistle and icing called at 7:19. One to one is the score. Face off in the near face off circle. That to Seychelles' left. Patel in to take the face off. As that's going to be Gordon on the other side. Puck all the way into the far corner. Kennedy feeds it ahead. Held in at the far point. Now come right back in. Now Walker back behind her own goal from the far side to the near side. Puck outside the near circle now at the near point. Right back deep into the Washtenaw zone. Now come back. Grabbed, raking. Gordon gets it ahead into the neutral zone. Now racing back with it is Anton. Anton spins with it. Anton. And ahead, Gordon has it at center ice for Washtenaw United. Gordon trying to get it over to Honer. And puck will come all the way into the near corner. Gathered up there. As moving along is Anton. That puck steered behind the goal. Now Honer trying to fire it out in front. Knocked down, and Patel moving it down the near boards. Now deflect back into the neutral zone. Puck grabbed and moved ahead by Walker. Cranbrook feeds it into the neutral zone. Now coming down the far boards. Ashforth has it. That poked away. As racing the other direction was White, but that puck brought right back in by Moran. Puck outside the far circle, grabbed there by Kennedy. Kennedy trying to chip it. That held in, shot there by Chen. And it comes all the way back out to the blue line. Kennedy loses an edge trying to get it out. That held in back there by Chen. Still battling right along that far point. Now that's brought back out into the neutral zone. Here comes turning with it is Knorr. Knorr comes top of the near circle. Knorr all the way across. Picked up back over there by Kim. Kim from the far side to the near side. Excuse me, I think that's Ashworth. And fired right back in by Knorr into the far corner. Second attempt got knocked away by Washtenaw United. So moved all the way back the other direction. Cranbrook going for a line change in along the near boards. Leopold in her own zone. And fed ahead, now coming ahead with it. That was Mack. That brought it all the way back in by Knorr into the far corner. Schroeder trying to feed it along the far board. Schroeder in a battle with Knorr. Knorr underneath the far circle. Knorr with a shot. Seychelles getting that puck. 4:35 left to go. 1-1 here in the first. Face-off in the far face-off circle at the Seychelles right. As Ashforth, then back to the far point. Knorr trying to fire it back deep. Now moved, trying to get it ahead, and brought a head back there. Issel had it. Now in along the far boards, Schroeder trying to feed it the other direction. And puck back at the far point. Here comes Ashforth. Ashforth over center. Ashforth onto the far circle. That poke back to the blue line. Held in back over there by Singh, and now comes out into the neutral zone. That fired back deep by Koshesky. Now bringing it in. Good job by Koshesky to put it into the far corner. Gathered up over there by Anton. Anton rims it all the way around. That puck back onto the far circle. Spinning with it is Timko. Now come all the way back into the Washtenaw United end. Gathering up there is Walker. Walker. Over on blue line, Walker coming down the far boards. That's grabbed by White. White, top of the far circle. White trying to skate in along the end boards. White from the near side to the far side. White into the slot. Fired, deflected out in front, and covered up. 2:52 left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. Gordon in to take the face-off versus That was Patel. Puck back behind, bringing it around is Antone. Antone down the far side of the ice. Antone into the neutral zone. Antone coming ahead with it. Poked away by Walker. Walker trying to feed it the other direction. And slipped back into the neutral zone with it is Chen. All the way back, goes right back behind the Washtenaw goal. Now Leopold brings it down the far boards. Working it ahead. Here comes Gordon. Gordon into the zone. Gordon. That deflected back. Gordon picks it up. In along the near boards. McCullough trying to poke that away. Here comes Knorr. Knorr racing ahead. Moore speeds over the blue line. Knorr picks up speed over into the Washtenaw zone. Knorr onto the near circle. Knorr into the near corner. Out. And that deflected back. Here comes Washtenaw United. Leopold moves it ahead. Gordon into the far corner. Knorr trying to knock it away loose. Knorr blasted all the way back down. That'll be a shot on goal, so no icing. 1:42 left to go. Here is Walker turns with it. Walker through the slot. Walker over the blue line. Walker coming down the far side of into the Cranbrook zone. And puck chased into the near corner. Now they'll come loose right back into the neutral zone. Fired into Washtenaw United's end. Going to get it is McCullough. And centering attempt over to Ashford. Ashford right the far circle. Ashford into that far corner. Come all the way back as Issel trying to poke that away. Controlled by Cranbrook. Cranbrook fires it outside the near circle. That fired all the way back into the neutral zone. 51 seconds left to go. Here in the first. Antone has it. Antone. Pass is Ashford. Coming in with it. Ashford outside the far circle. Now knocked away by Gordon. Gordon battling with Ashford. Ashford has that poked away. Loose into the slot. Now fired all the way down. Back into the neutral zone. 26 seconds left to go in the first. 1-1 is our score. Puck brought in by Timko. Moved over to Ashford. Ashford in the slot. Now over to Timko. Is that put in? Cranbrook scores with 13.7 seconds left to go. As Timko, with her second goal, she has a brace, and that makes it 2-1 Cranbrook with the lead. .7 seconds left to go. Fired back into the Washtenaw end with 7 seconds left. Puck on the near circle. Ashford trying to fire that loose. And that will do it for the first, as we'll head into the second after a very brief intermission. It is 2-1, Cranbrook with the lead over Washtenaw United. This is the Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs. As we're getting ready to go here in the second. Face off right at center ice. That comes back, is moving it ahead, is McCullough. Controlled by Ashford brings it down the near boards. Ashford, top of the near circle. Fired, as that'll come all the way around. Another shot deflected. Now come back outside and along the near boards. Koszewski trying to pull it out of the zone. Now White feeding it ahead. That puck loose. Pull back. Coming ahead with it is Mack. Now sent back the other direction. 14:27 left to go. Shot goes wide in along the far boards. Timko goes to get to it, trying to get around Milligan. Puck into the near corner. Mack trying to feed it ahead. Now Washtenaw United feeds it all the way around. White trying to get to it. That's set right into the slot. Schroeder back behind, now firing it in along the near boards. Puck back into the neutral zone. Grabbed, coming around with it is Knorr. Knorr back into Washtenaw, and Knorr moves it over. Ashford gets it, as that's fired in, and a goal by, I think that was Knorr, wasn't it? That was Timko, and that would be a hat trick by Timko. At 13:43. We'll verify that, but Gordon to take the face-off. And it should be a hat trick for Timko as they'll come back in. And along the far boards, Leopold moves it over. McCullough trying to get to it. As Walker now chips it ahead. Koszewski gains his own. Koszewski shot. And tipped away. And front, that puck loose. Trying to dive on it. And covered up by Suey. 13:14 left to go here in the second. Face off in the near face off circle. That's to the left of Suey. Puck right back behind as Gordon feeds it into the slot. There's a blast. Covered up and saved by Suey. 13:03 left to go here in the second. Face off again in the near face off circle. Ashford in to take the face off versus White. That to Suey's left. Battle for the puck outside the near circle, still trying to dig it out of the boards. That into the near corner. Now fired right across and grabbed Timko and fired all the way down the near boards. Walker gets it at her own blue line, backhands it ahead. So that's fired back to the Cranbrook blue line. Snapped ahead by Antone. Go all the way back deep into the Washtenaw end, right behind the Washtenaw goal. Grabbed there by Walker. Walker trying to get to it as that's Honer with it back behind. Now Timko trying to get to it. Walker feeds it ahead to White. White racing. That puck gets out of the zone. As Antone trying to rip it right back in. 12:20 left to go here in the second. Puck in along the near boards. Back to the near point. Chipped away from Ashford. Now Walker backhands it. That'll get back into the neutral zone. 12 minutes left to go here in the second. Puck again back into the Washtenaw end. Now grab, moving ahead is Leopold. Here comes White. White gains the zone. White, top of the far circle. White coming in with it. White trying to skate in. And a save by Suey. 11:47 left to go here in the second. into the box. It is going to be a Washtenaw power play. That tripping call, it is tripping at 11:47. Cranbrook penalties, so we have our first power play of the game. So that is Chen in the box for hooking. Washtenaw United trying to bring it right back in. White outside the near circle. Knorr has it there. And launched all the way down, cleared all the way down the ice. 11:33 left to go here in the second. 1:40 left to go in the power play. Across, now moving ahead. Schroeder gets it over. Good poke check away. Sliding puck across the crease, then moved over to Knorr. Blasters just couldn't get everything on it. Coming down the near boards as Leopold trying a big shot there. He'll come back into the Washtenaw zone. Coming in, shot by Knorr and a save by Seychel. 1:14 left to go here in the power play. 11:01 left to go in the second. Penalty there to Gordon. So 4-on-4 hockey for 1 minute 10 seconds. Puck into the far corner. Timko moves it over back to the far point. Grabbed by Singh there. Back over to Timko. Timko, top of the far circle. Moves it over into the slot. Loose. Seychel with the save. .55 seconds left to 4-on-4 hockey. Face-off comes the near face-off circle in the Washtenaw zone. Ashford puts it in along the near boards. Timko trying to fire it all the way across. Grabbed there by Singh. Singh over to Ashford. Now Knorr has it. Knorr skates in. Knorr in the slot. That deflected high. Now going to the far corner. McCullough with it there. Knorr trying to pull it away. 34 seconds left to 4-on-4 hockey. Knorr gets it back to the point. Singh trying to fire it in. Now Ashford moves it onto the near circle. Timko with the shot. Good save by Seychel. And puck back in along the near boards. Ashford trying to feed it into the slot. And puck. Now Timko with the shot. That deflected off of the near board as Schroeder trying to get it out of the zone. That held in. And 9 seconds left as there's a shot by Timko and a save. 6 seconds left to 4-on-4 hockey, in which case at that point we will have a 46-second power play for Cranbrook. Face-off in the near face-off circle in the Washtenaw zone. Ashford in to take the face-off. So there's an issue with the penalty box. Or no, they're ready to go. Sorry. As that held in by Timko. Timko gets it top of the far circle. Now racing over is White. White trying to pull it away down the near boards. As now it's a power play for Cranbrook. White just fired all the way back as that will be Leopold who gets it. Leopold trying to clear it down the ice. That'll tip back to the blue line. Quickly sent the other direction by Duffy. Now Ashford has it high slot. Ashford. That got blocked out in front. Leopold outside the far circle. Centering attempt. Good save out there. Still with it out in front. It's Hardy. Still loose. Shot from the far circle as it goes in. Goal by Cranbrook. Power play goal at 9:08. Is that Timko again? Might have been. We'll figure it out. 9:08. Four to 1. Cranbrook with the lead. Ashford brings it in. Ashford onto the far circle. Ashford trying to get through the slot. Puck down, is trying to move it ahead. I'll go all the way back to the Cranbrook blue line. We're picking up there. So it looks like that was Ashford with the goal. And puck back, sliding all the way across, over to get to it. And moved by Milligan into the neutral zone. Mack trying to feed it ahead, but that gathered up as Antone has it into the neutral zone. Antone down the near boards. They'll bring it right back into the Washtenaw end. Walker through her slot, through her own slot. That tipped all the way back. Gordon trying to get to it. Now Milligan trying to move it ahead to Gordon. That tipped back away. Patel going the other direction. 8:11 left to go here in the second. Patel grabbing it onto the far circle. Stopped and covered up. Four to 1, Cranbrook with the lead. Face off in the far face off circle. White in there versus Patel. And pulled back behind by McCullough. McCullough now switches directions. Feeds it down the far boards. Patel trying to hold it in. Now that held in by Singh. That puck will come back behind the goal. Now, trying to work with it. Schroeder came to the near side, stopped, looked to go to the far side. Now Schroeder down the near side, gets it ahead to, I believe, Walker. And through the ice, that's White, White gains the Cranbrook zone. White outside the near circle. White into the near corner, goes from the near side to the far side. That puck tipped away, loose. And pulled back over by Knorr. Knorr into the near corner. 7:24 left to go here in the second. And puck into the slot is not able to hold. Nope, that's icing. Or not icing, but to offside, excuse me. So trying to hold it in with Schroeder, and it just skipped. So it's going to come outside of the Cranbrook zone in the near face-off circle. Or no, far face-off circle, excuse me. 7:16 left to go here in the second. 4 to 1. Cranbrook with the lead. Gordon in to take the face-off versus Ashford. As Issel trying to fire that puck in, coming in along the near boards. Racing in with it, Timko. Timko into the slot. Timko, top of the near circle. Timko. Puck onto that near circle. Ashford with a shot that comes all the way back. Another shot there by Antone. Couldn't get through traffic. Now Ashford with a shot. Comes all the way outside the far circle. Timko with it. Timko back to Antone at the near point or far point. That puck loose as they keep whacking away at it, and goal by Cranbrook. Looks like Ashford again with the goal. That it's 6:38. Five to 1, Cranbrook with the lead. Face off at center ice. White versus Patel. Trying to bring that puck in was Milligan. Back over to Schroeder. Schroeder down the near boards. And it's tipped back there by Ahmad, and they'll go into the near corner. Puck back behind, bringing it around is Ahmad. Now outside the far circle. Puck into the neutral zone. Patel down the near boards. Patel over center ice. Patel as it moved back over to Chen. Chen high slot. Chen shot there, got blocked by Milligan. Milligan coming down the far boards. Milligan sends it back deep, racing back to get it, as that's Antone back behind her own goal. 5:53 left to go. Right Back over, Antone feeds it to the far point. That slips out into the neutral zone, racing ahead with it. Is Ahmad, top of the far circle. Ahmad with a shot. That comes underneath the near circle. Back into the neutral zone. Noor has it. Noor at center ice. Noor brings it back. Now Gordon at center ice. Gordon gains the zone, trying to get around Kim. Gordon onto that far circle. Shot there. Good save by Sui. Puck into the far corner. Moved back by Ahmad to the far point. Held in. Backhanded shot. Back gathered up by Singh. Singh goes back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side. And that puck back to the near point. Again, Washtenaw able to hold it in. 5:05 left to go. And sent back out in front. Swept away by Patel. That'll come into the far corner. Owner trying to get to that. Now Noor outside the near circle. Noor. As that puck will all the way down the ice, that will be icing and head back the other direction. 4:44 left to go here in the second. White in to take the face-off versus Ashford. In the near face-off circle in the Cranbrook zone. That comes right back behind Issel, trying to fire it. That covered up by Sui. 4:37 left to go here in the second. Trying to pull that away. Chen. As that puck brought ahead, here comes Ashford. Ashford trying to get around Leopold. That puck poked away. That was a good job by Koseski. Now Leopold bouncing puck into the Cranbrook end. Moved by Antone. They'll deflect in along the near boards. Ashford trying to get it into the Washtenaw zone. Ashford comes onto the near circle. And fired right back behind the goal. Timko into the far corner, battling with Issel. Puck back in along the near boards. Washtenaw feeds it all the way down the ice. 3:50 left to go here in the second. 5-1. Cranbrook with the lead. It's Moran bringing it the other direction. Into the Washtenaw zone. Brought in outside the near circle. Timko. In along the near boards. Now ahead, Gordon had it. Now that brought right back in by Roccini. Chipped by Walker, top of the far circle. Leopold trying to get. Roccini battles and puts it right back behind the Washtenaw goal. 3:20 left to go here in the second. Puck ahead to Gordon. Now Mack trying to get to it. And chipped in along the near boards. Pulling it into the near corner. Bouncing puck, top of the near circle. It's Walker trying to steer it away. Shot from the far circle coming in. There's a blast as it comes back into the near corner by Noor. And puck onto the near, along the end boards. With it is Duffy. Duffy trying to get onto the far circle. That pulled away. Now fed all the way down the ice. Noor gets it right at her own blue line, knocks it the other direction, picked up by Roccini, grabbed it. Leopold has it at center ice, shot there and a save by Sui. 2:25 left to go here in the second. .224 left in the second. Face-off in the near face-off circle in the Cranbrook zone. White taking the face-off. That puck into the near corner. Trying to dig it out of there. Now Cranbrook bringing it ahead. That move by Antone. Facing back, Hardy. Hardy has it outside the far circle. Hardy battling with White as well as Kennedy. Still digging in there. Now Washtenaw pulls it ahead, chipped out into the neutral zone. At by Honer. That'll get sent all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing with 1:49 left to go. Now, difference between what you might see in professional and college hockey and high school hockey. On an icing for high school hockey, you can absolutely get a line change. You cannot in college or professional hockey. Face-off in the far face-off circle in the Washtenaw zone with 1:48 left to go. As Ahmad trying to pull it. Now Patel racing that back to the far point. Held in back there by Antone. Now that puck fed back. Again held in by Antone. As the puck onto the near circle. As losing an edge back there was Ahmad. Now coming down. Here comes Washtenaw gaining the zone. As there's a shot steered away by Koshevsky. There's Suey trying to get to it, still battling and trying to poke it in. Was Issel, and a good save by Suey. Good opportunity by Koshevsky. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle to Suey's left. White taking the face-off versus Ashford. At the Suey's left, puck. Back to the blue line, shot by Schroeder, got blocked, deflected back behind the net. Chen has it, trying to move it in along the near boards. Here comes Ashford. Ashford over on blue line, down center ice. Ashford trying to make a move to get it into the zone. Battle for it right at the near point, 58 seconds left. I give up. You guys just, if you stand on the chair, you're going to be taller than them. I can't see it, but do whatever. I give up. Those people outsmarted me, and I'm fine. Puck, top of the far circle, fired back deep by Gordon. Bringing it in, Cranbrook, tipped away from Timko. That puck will come outside the near circle, trying to move it around. Chen. 28 seconds left to go. Here comes Ashford. Ashford. Moved away. Schroeder feeds it all the way down. Grabbed by Mack. Mack backhands it. Now pulled right back in by Timko. Timko into the slot. Ashford. Shot. That goes to the far side. McCullough trying to tip that way. Now that goes all the way back. Antone. Back. Now Singh has it. Singh moves it ahead. And that will do it. For the second, 5-1, Cranbrook Kingswood with the lead. As we will have a nice resurfacing, we'll step away. You are watching Michigan Girls High School Hockey League here at the second intermission. It is 5-1, Cranbrook with the lead. This is brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. as the ice has been resurfaced, and we're getting ready for the third period. Cranbrook with the lead, 5-1. As just waiting, the officials should get back onto the ice momentarily as we can do a review of the scoring, as it was a Cranbrook goal at 11:46. Timko scored. Then at 9:58, it was a Washtenaw goal, that by Koszewski. Then at 13.7, it was a Cranbrook goal by Timko as well. In the second at 13:43, it was a Cranbrook goal by Timko that gave her a hat trick. Then a Cranbrook penalty for tripping at 11:47. Washtenaw penalty that at 11:01, so we had 4-on-4 hockey. At 9:08, with moments to go left in the power play, it was a goal by Ashford. And then at 6:38, Ashford won. Ashford scored again. So it's 5-1 here. Cranbrook back out. Cranbrook's going from left to right here in the third period. The officials out. They'll get the nets are all back on their moorings. The officials talking to the scorer's bench, just waiting for Washtenaw to come on out. As Washtenaw comes out, we'll have 15 more minutes of hockey. Barring a tie game, of course. About 15 more minutes of regulation. It's a good crowd here. Washtenaw United, lots of fans over the right. Cranbrook Kingswood all in front of us. Yeah, 15 minutes up on the clock. Timko, Ashforth, Hardy, Noor, and Singh at the blue line, or Singh at the blue line. Washtenaw comes out with Mack, Milligan, McCullough, Schroeder, and that's going to be White taking the face-off. Puck pulled back, loose, brought in by Ashforth. Ashforth's shot and a score. Ashforth with a hat trick that makes it 6-1. Nine seconds in to the third period at 14:51. It's a Cranbrook goal by Ashforth. 3 by Timko, 3 by Ashforth. As battle for the puck right at center ice. That's sent all the way back deep into the Cranbrook zone, back behind Suey. Singh has it. That chip back to the far point, held in by Schroeder. Puck outside the near circle now. Cranbrook gets it into neutral zone. They'll go all the way back. Schroeder back behind her own goal. Schroeder underneath the far circle. That fed into the neutral zone. Noor has it at center ice. Noor moves it, trying to get to Ashforth. Grabbed by McCullough. McCullough moves it down the near boards. Comes all the way down the far board. Schroeder has it on the far circle. Schroeder rifles it. That picked up and grabbed there by Singh. Now Ashford at center ice. Ashford down the far boards. Ashford top at the far circle, trying to make her way in, trying to get around Issel. Timko there. Gordon knocks away outside the near circle. 13:55. Puck lifted all the way down into the far corner. Noor with it, back behind her own goal. Noor trying to avoid Issel. Noor over the blue line. Noor Coming down. Nor on the far circle. And puck brought. Ashforth trying to get to it. Brought around by, I believe that's Harrigan. Loose. Timko with the shot. That's a save. Brought right back behind by Leopold. Moved around. Station with a good save. Racing ahead. Here comes Koshesky. Koshesky gains his own. Koshesky taking a shot. Good save by Suey. Puck outside the near circle. 13:04 left to go. As down into the Washtenaw zone it goes. That'll go all the way back into the near corner. Gordon has it there. 12:54 left to go here in the third. Now back in along the near boards. Gordon trying to get to it into the near corner. Right back behind. Honer. There's a shot out in front as Kennedy trying to get to it, but that brought back the other direction. Here comes Patel. Patel. Over, brought in by Ahmed. Tipped back away onto the near circle. Now in along the near boards. Washtenaw trying to clear it out with 12:21 left to go here in the third. Moving across the far side. Kennedy trying to get it out of there. Puck held in as I think that's Kim fires it all the way across. Kennedy trying to get it out. Again held in by Cranbrook. Under 12 minutes left to go. Kennedy gets it into the Cranbrook zone, into the near corner. And comes into the slot. Working way ahead is Chen. Chen down the far boards. Chen into the Washtenaw zone. Chen top of the far circle. Chen moving it over. And puck in along the near boards of the Washtenaw zone. Fed into the neutral zone. Taking it back. That moved all the way across by Antone. Now ricocheted off the near board. Timko trying to feed it ahead. Milligan had it, poked away. Here comes Timko into the zone. Timko, top of the far circle. Timko trying to get a backhanded shot away. Puck wouldn't settle down. McCullough back there with her. Still digging at it. 6-1. Cranbrook with the lead. As that shot just went wide into the near corner. Seychelles again, a good redirect. Now the puck rimmed all the way around. That slips back into the Cranbrook end. Ashforth has it outside the far circle. Ashforth back behind the goal. Ashforth coming down the far circle. Ashforth gains the neutral zone over center ice. Ashforth into the Washtenaw zone. Ashforth shot there off the glass. Timko trying to get it into the near corner. There's a blast by Timko. Went right off of Leopold's skate. That couldn't have felt good. Excuse me, that was Gordon's skate. Moved in along the near boards to Singh. Singh gains the neutral zone over center ice. And move back. Into the far corner. Schroeder with it there. Schroeder fires it all the way down the ice. That will slip past into the near corner with 10:06 left to go. Cranbrook feeds it to the blue line. Ashforth bringing it ahead over center ice. Ashforth into the Washtenaw end. Poke checked away. Honer trying to get to it. Now that fired right back deep. Top of the far circle and into the neutral zone. Racing ahead with it is Walker. Walker puts it into the far corner. Knorr with it there. Knorr coming down the far boards. And Ashforth over center ice. Ashforth into the zone. Leopold trying to poke that away. Puck comes back into the far corner. Washtenaw trying to knock that away. Leopold into the far circle. Feeds it ahead to Honer. Honer into the neutral zone. Gathered up. Heading the other direction by Chen. And brought in. Patel has it. Top of the far circle. Trying to drive her wide is Walker. Back to the far point. That slips past. Chen races back to get it. Here comes Mack trying to get to it first. Chen gets to it. Pulls it back the other direction. Chen right to center ice. Here comes Patel over the blue line. Poked back away by Gordon. Loose. And that'll slip back into the neutral zone. As Cranbrook will reset. Ahmad takes it back to her own blue line. Ahmad In along the near boards, puts it to the Washtenaw blue line, but that sent the other direction. And down the far boards, Chen with it, Chen. And trying to move, Patel outside the far circle. Moved over, Koshevsky gets it back to the far point, held in there by Chen. Now come all the way down in along the near boards. Antone with it. Washtenaw controls their own end. 8:05 left to go. Puck into center ice. Grabbing it is Singh. Singh ricochets it off the far board. McCullough gets it on the far circle of her own zone. McCullough back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side. Knorr trying to keep it in, but that slides out to center ice. Now Knorr bringing it down the near boards. Knorr trying to get to it as Issel sends it into the zone. Knorr onto the far circle of her own zone, backhands it ahead. That went right off of Timko's skate as Issel has it. Now Knorr down the near boards. Knorr over center ice. Knorr gains the zone as that puck shot by Ashforth and a goal. Ashforth with another goal that makes it 7-1. At 7:21, Cranbrook goal. 3 by Timko, 4 by Ashforth. If Cranbrook is able to score 2 more in this period to get an 8-goal lead, the game will be over. Back to try and get to it is Hardy in along the near board. Singh trying to move it ahead. So Hardy tried to get to it. Now that's sent right back behind the Washtenaw goal. Leopold has it back there. Leopold moves it then into the far corner, flipped away by Hardy. Leopold in along the near boards. Timko back to Knorr and offside the call. 6:46 left to go here in the third. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle just outside of the Washtenaw zone. 7-1, Cranbrook with the lead. Roccini in to take that face-off versus Gordon. Trying to spin with it is Duffy. Puck right at the Washtenaw blue line. Now brought back the other direction into the Cranbrook end. As Milligan trying to feed it out in front. Battle there. Turning Milligan again trying to poke it out. As that sent back to the blue line. McCullough trying to hold it in there. Puck ricochets off the end board. Now Gordon chasing it. Patel trying to knock it away. That comes right back into the near corner. That puck into the slot. Knocked away. Good defensive play by Antone. And it's steered outside the near circle with 6:08 left to go. Now onto the far circle. Mack with a shot. And that puck into the slot. Bouncing puck back to the far point. Schroeder holds it in there. Schroeder sends it into the near corner. Rimming around. Chen has it outside the far circle. Chen battling into the far corner with Gordon. Now Patel poked right back in along the end boards. As now the puck will trying to work her way around it, and a whistle and a slash at 5:31 here in the third. Mack into the box. Cranbrook on the power play. They'll have the 5-on-4 for 2 minutes, barring anything else happening. Face off back into the Washtenaw zone. Ashforth in to take the face off. There's a shot deflected off from Ashforth's skate. All the way back as that'll slide all the way down the ice. Racing back to get it is Antone in along the near boards. 1:44 left to go here in the power play. Moved over by Hardy. Ashford on the far circle. Ashford. And moved right back into the neutral zone. 5:05 left to go here in the third. Controlled by Antone. Fired down the far boards. And trying to bring it in is Ashford. Ashford onto that far circle. Ashford into the far corner. Timko in the slot. Now Nor gets it high slot. Nor over to Ashford. Top of the far circle. Ashford into the slot. Shot there. As that comes onto the near circle. McCullough fires it all the way down the ice. 1:05 left to go in the power play to Cranbrook. 4:30 left to go here in the third. 7-1. Cranbrook with the lead. Nor right to the blue line. Moves it over to Ashford. Ashford, who has 4 goals. Timko, 3. That went off the side of the net. In along the near boards. That'll clear all the way back into the Cranbrook zone. Nor picks it up there. Nor ahead into the Timko at center ice. Timko moves it over. Bringing it in Ashford. Ashford. Shot there. That goes right back behind the Washtenaw goal. 22 seconds left in the power play. Grabbed in the slot now onto the far circle. Shot there by Nor. Outside, in along the near boards, trying to poke it away. Ashford all the way over to Nor. That puck couldn't get everything on it. Back to full strength, coming out. Here comes the shot by Mack and a save by Suey. 3:18 left to go here in the third. Patel in to take the faceoff in the far faceoff circle to Suey's left. Honer on the other side. Pulled away. Ahmad had it. Ahmad trying to poke that back. Top of the near circle, turning with it. Honer feeds it out in front. That steered into the near corner by Singh. Puck back to the blue line. Walker with the shot. That deflected by Nor in along the near boards. 3 minutes left to go here in the third. 7-1. Cranbrook with the lead. Nor has it. And it'll get brought into the Washtenaw zone. All the way back. Top of the far circle. Walker has it at the blue line, coming down the far boards. Walker feeding it back into the Cranbrook end. Grabbed and moved around by Roccini. Now go back outside the near circle. Leopold feeds it across onto the far circle. Trying to get it ahead to Gordon. That pulled back by Kim. Now coming down with it. Here comes Koshesky. Koshesky onto the far circle. That tipped right back in along the end board. Centering attempt into the slot. Knocked down. Kim had it. Now picked up by Patel. Patel coming the other direction. 2:05 left to go here in the third. Patel on the far circle. Shot there is getting a piece of it. Good job there by Seychelles. Puck in along the end boards. Back into the neutral zone. In along the near boards of the Cranbrook end. Cranbrook sets up back behind their own goal. Deflects into the neutral zone. As that is going to be offside, delayed offside, and Washtenaw United didn't notice it, and it's going to be a face-off outside the Cranbrook zone. 1:30 left to go here in the third. Well, with all the people standing, I can't see who's taking the face-off. With 1:29 left to go. That puck into the slot, pulled all the way back into the near corner. In the Cranbrook end, Ashford trying to move it down the near boards. Milligan trying to get to it. And all the way over Chen. Now that back right at the blue line and out. Ashforth coming ahead with it. Ashforth over center. Ashforth gains the Washtenaw zone. Ashforth making a nifty move. Shot there. Save as 57 seconds left to go. 7-1 Cranbrook with the lead. Timko puts it back deep into the far corner. Centering attempt. Grab. Timko with the shot and a save. 47.6 seconds left to go. Face off in the near face off circle. Timko has it on the far circle, pulled away, coming in back. Mack firing and a score with 35.2 seconds left to go. Washtenaw continuing to battle. That makes it 7-2. Oh, it was Mack. Was it Gordon? Hopefully we'll hear momentarily. 35.2 seconds left. 5-goal lead for Cranbrook. Face off at center ice. Ashforth with it. Timko Oh, excuse me. That was Koshesky with the goal. Sometimes that 98 and 88 look very similar. Now bringing ahead is Gordon. 16 seconds left. Gordon brings it in, moves it in along the far boards. Koshesky with it. Poked away. 10 seconds left. So it comes down the near boards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will do it as Cranbrook will advance to Wednesday. They'll play in this same rink. And we'll have that game for you. So Cranbrook moves on 7-2 over Washtenaw United, and that completes our Michigan Girls High School Hockey League playoffs for today. We will return with 3 games at a time on Wednesday, 3 around 6:15, then 3 around 8:15. For my camera person, James Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you very much.